Today, you are living life as an H-1B slave. You are the smartest boy your town has ever produced, the one everyone agreed would go to America and finally make the family name mean something. The money does not exist, so the family makes it out of everything they will ever have. Your father mortgages the land your grandfather is buried beside. Your mother sells the gold she had set aside for her own funeral. And when it is still not enough, your father puts on his good shirt and sits in the front room of the village moneylender, a proud man asking a richer one for mercy, and signs for the rest at an interest that will outlive him. $50,000 more money than your father has earned in his entire life, and every rupee of it is now a stone with your name carved into it. The morning you leave, the whole street comes to the airport because the whole street has a share in you now. They touch your feet and they weep, and under the tears, the message is simple. Do not come back empty. You promised them you never will. You land in America with 2 suitcases, a master's degree in computer science, and a plan so simple it sounds like a prayer. Study, get a job, get the green card, and one day bring your parents over to live with you. A straight line, going up. That is the future everyone back home believes you are walking into. You graduate at the top of your class. And the moment you do, the first clock starts ticking. Your student visa gives you a few short months to find a job or pack up and go home a failure. You cannot go home a failure. Not after the land, not after the gold. So you find a job, but to keep it, you need the work visa. And the work visa is not given to the best. It is drawn from a lottery, a real lottery, a machine pulling names out of hundreds of thousands. The first time your entire future is decided, it is decided by a thing you are not even allowed to touch. Your name is not pulled, so you do what your people have always done to survive here. You go to one of the Indian consulting firms that exist for exactly this. They call it a body shop, and within a week you understand the name. They file your papers, then they put you on the bench, unpaid, waiting, while they shop your resume around like a spare part. They take a cut of every dollar you have not earned yet. They write you onto projects you have never seen, in cities you have never visited, so the paperwork looks full. You say nothing. The visa is the only thing that is real. They keep your passport in a drawer for safekeeping, they tell you, and every month a piece of whatever they pay you is wired back home, onto an interest that never seems to grow any smaller. A year of this, and then, on a morning like any other, the lottery pulls your name. For one night, you let yourself believe the worst is behind you. For one night, you let yourself believe you won. The real job, when it finally comes, is a good one. And you are good at it. You write the code that quietly makes them millions. But your visa is stapled to your employer's name. You cannot quit. You can only be kept. And you cannot fail because back home, a whole village is still paying off the ticket that brought you here. Every recruiter who calls with a better offer hears the same 3 words and hangs up. We don't sponsor. After a while, you stop picking up. After a while, you stop wanting more. You do not ask for a raise. You do not take the day off when you are sick. You are the first one in and the last one out every single day. For years, your manager knows you cannot go anywhere. He never says it out loud. He never has to. It simply lives in the room with the 2 of you. Around you, the Americans change jobs every couple of years, chasing bigger paychecks, walking out the door the second a better one opens. You watch them go, and you stay exactly where you have been bolted down. Then finally, the company agrees to start your green card. The petition goes in. Your priority date is stamped, the spring of 2016. You do not understand yet that this date is not a starting line, it is a sentence. Because you were born in India, and the green card line for a person born in India is not measured in months or even in years. One night you sit down and do the arithmetic the way an engineer does. The line moving at the speed it moves is longer than the years you have left to live. Some say 50 years, some say 100. The honest answer is that no one knows because no human being has ever reached the end of it. You could work here, pay your taxes here, grow old here, and die here, still holding the very same priority date they handed you today. So you learn slowly how to live inside a waiting room. You learn to call a waiting room a life. You marry a girl your families choose for each other. She is an engineer too, sharp and funny, with a degree from a better school than yours. She follows you to America on a dependent visa, your dependent. And that visa comes with one quiet, devastating rule. She is not allowed to work. A brilliant woman with nothing to do all day but wait for you to come home. You watch the light in her go dim, one slow month at a time, and you keep telling her it is temporary. Everything here is temporary. That is the whole problem. At night, the two of you lie in bed and scroll the immigration forms, trading priority dates with strangers across the country, like prisoners tapping out their sentences through the wall. You get promoted, your salary climbs, and the cage grows in exact step with it. Now you truly cannot leave because no other company on earth will tear up your file and start your decade of paperwork again from zero. You do not buy a house. You might have to leave any day. There is a room in your apartment where the boxes never quite get unpacked, because unpacking them would mean believing you get to stay. Then comes a Tuesday morning like any other, and the layoffs arrive. By lunch, the whole team is gone. You are gone with them. And now the cruelest clock of all begins to count down. 60 days. 60 days to find another company willing to sponsor you or take your entire life and leave the country. Your son was born in this city. Your friends are here. Your 15 years are here. The clock does not look up. The clock does not care. So you interview again, but not for the best job this time. For any job, for any title, at any pay that comes attached to a sponsor. You take a lower role than the one you lost. You take less money than you made years ago. And when they finally offer it to you, you say thank you, and you mean it. A decade of climbing erased inside 60 days. Because for 60 days, a piece of paper decided you were worth nothing at all. Your son grows up American. There is no other word for him. The accent, the friends, the way he argues at dinner, the dreams he announces like they are simply owed to him. He has never set foot in India. He cannot speak the language your mother once sang to you. The country on his passport is a rumor to him, a smell from a kitchen, a grandparent's voice on a screen. But on paper, he is not American. On paper, he is your dependent, a child riding on your visa, borrowing your place in the endless line. And the law has a rule about children. The law says a child stops being a child the day he turns 21. The year your son turns 21, he ages out. Overnight, the only country he has ever known stops recognizing that he belongs to it at all. Now he has an impossible choice of his own. Leave for a homeland he has never seen and cannot speak to, or stay in the shadows of the only home he has, an illegal in his own life. You did every part of this for him. The land, the gold, the body shop, the 60 days, the 30 years of swallowing all of it. You did it to give him a future in this country. And the system reached in and took that future from him for one reason only. Because you waited too long. A wait you were never, for a single day, allowed to end. The years keep moving anyway. Your hair goes gray inside the waiting room. Your back curves over the same desk. One evening, your father calls from India. His voice is smaller than you remember. He is sick, the kind of sick that does not get better, and he would like to see your face once more before the end. But if you leave the country now, with your status the way it is, no one can promise they will let you back in. 30 years of your life are on this side of the door. Your dying father is on the other. So you stay. You watch your father's funeral on a phone held in your shaking hand, the picture freezing, the sound cutting in and out. You cannot carry him. You cannot light the fire, the way a son is meant to, the way every man in your family for 1,000 years has done for his father. The land he mortgaged to send you to America is the very reason you cannot leave America now, 30 years later, to come home and light his pyre. You only watch from the country that still, after everything, had not agreed to let you stay. And then, on an ordinary afternoon, almost 30 years after you landed with 2 suitcases, the letter finally comes. Your green card. Approved. You hold the small plastic card in your hands and you wait to feel the joy you were promised, the joy you paid for, the joy you mortgaged an entire life to buy. But the parents you swore you would bring over are both in the ground now, on the other side of the world. The wife you carried across an ocean has become a quiet stranger who stopped expecting anything from you a long time ago. And the son you did every single piece of it for has already left to build his life somewhere that would simply let him exist. You got the thing. After 30 years, you finally got the thing, and it arrived too late to spend on a single person you bought it for. You did not live in America for 30 years. You waited in it,